Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 25th, and today was a gorgeous day outside. A little bit of wind, a little much that kind of thing, but overall it's a gorgeous day. It was warm enough, probably should turn the air conditioning on by the end of the day, but didn't, so kind of screwed the pooch on that one. But got up this morning super early, woke up, not plenty of time, way more time than I need to be because my alarm's set up. Got the text from the gentleman bringing the puppy over, so told him I'd meet him. Everything was good to go. Got the puppy, played him outside. Kind of that whole routine of all that goes down. Decided to stay on the couch to let the dog just kind of stay away from my wife, so she can more likely to get back to sleep or stay asleep, whichever one it is. Because when I went in there last time, the last couple times I've tried to go in there, she gets woke up and the whole thing. So doesn't get back to sleep after I'm back in there. So if I'm not there, hopefully she'll get more rest. So we'll see what happens. So it's kind of a funky looking little Volkswagen Bug there. But anyway, got done that. She finally got up. Everything was good to go. Got some of her stuff around. That's what I'm looking at, guys. A little old, kind of a Baja looking setup. A little roof rack and bumper guards and everything. So got an oil pan up front. That's kind of funny. There's no motor up there, so that's what the oil pan's up front for. But who knows, maybe got a fuel leak or whatever. It's hard telling. But got around there. She got up, headed off to work. We chilled out, talked a little bit, hung around a little bit this morning. She got to work, played with the dog, all the fun that comes with it. I decided to run down to Oak Hill to look at a gentleman that had a bunch of wood patterns, like you cut out a plywood, sell at the flea market type thing. The photos he had showed a lot more than what it was when I got there. And when he was asking for it, ironically enough, the price he wanted for it, I got there and he still wanted the same price for it, but he admitted to selling over more than that before I got there, like yesterday. He sold a bunch. I said, well, I looked at the picture, there's a lot more stuff here, a lot less. There's a lot of stuff, there's just so much stuff, blah, blah. So he goes, I just sold, this much yesterday. I'm like, yes, but I was in the photo, I thought I was getting it when I was talking to you, that was gonna be mine as a price. So you've already got your money out of it at this point. It's all free now, I mean, I'm not gonna take it for nothing, but I can't give you a full price because you've already sold 2/3 of the product. And the other thing is the fact that you sold all this shit to the people who would have came and bought it from me on Sunday at full price. You sold it to them at half price, which was fine, no big deal. But I have nowhere, now they're gonna be weeks and or months or years before they need any more of them. And if they bought one of each, they're just gonna start cutting them out themselves, make their own little business out of it and whatnot. So I kind of lost some interest in there a little bit. We tried, I talked, said he had a whole bunch of patterns at home still that weren't there at the flea market. So well, I might come by and look at them, but the price he wants full price on that too, which again, kind of defeats the purpose of what it is. But, and I'll see, I don't know, it is what it is. So thought making an offer, but I was on the motorcycle, I couldn't ride home anyway. So, but I thought making an offer. It sounds like he's getting a little bit desperate. He has to have it sold out by Sunday. So who knows, we'll see. But my thing is, if you're trying to sell something to somebody, let's say you want $100,000 for this product, there's say 100,000 items, it's $1 an item, which is fine. But then you sell 50,000 of those items, and that leaves you now $50,000 in your pocket. Or better yet, you sold them for $2 a piece for 50,000 of them, and you get your full $100,000 in your pocket already. But now you only have 50,000 items to sell. So you can't expect the next person to want to pay full price for them, because now they're paying basically what would be considered retail, because a regular person got to buy, pick and choose exactly what they wanted, not take all this shit that nobody else wants. So it's that weird thing, like you already get your money now. If you get 25 or even 50,000 out of your $100,000 asking price, you're still up $25,000 or $50,000. So because you already got your full price from other customers that bought out that day. So he keeps thinking he's got to get all this money, but you already have the money. It's in your other pocket. You already got it yesterday. So we'll see what happens there and go from there after that. But it is what it is. But went ahead, got back from there. It was funny because we were supposed to meet down there at like 9 or where, maybe 11. Supposed to meet there at 10, but 10 o'clock. Supposed to meet down there, and basically I hit him up. I say, "Are we still on for that?" He goes, "Oh no." He goes, "Call me." And I'm like, "Well, I'm on the motorcycle, so I can't really call anything. I'm texting you. What does that mean? You can't meet me?" And it was like 10 minutes before. He's like, "Well, I can be there in like 20 minutes." I said, "Okay, so you'll be 10 minutes late." He said, "Yeah." So I went down there, stuff, met the guy. Wasn't, like I said, everything else went as it was. So from there, got back to the house, hung around with the dog a little bit, went and got my run in. My wife went and got her everything she had to do. She's at work all day, so I was hanging out and stuff. I had a cigar, playing with the dog and stuff out there, which is always a fun time. Played a lot of fetch. Finally got my running done, came back, got here to the house. They came pick the dog up finally. Went ahead to, basically I didn't have time. I was still on my run when he called and said he was on his way to pick the dog up, so I didn't have time to get a shower. So I basically hung around without showering yet, waiting for her to get home from work so we could start dinner. So we had ourselves a wonderful little meal. And how are you doing? So I went ahead, had ourselves a wonderful little meal there, had some leftovers. You gotta love having the ability to do that. So it wasn't enough leftovers for anything worthwhile. So we ended up just eating frozen pizzas, which is not a big deal, but ended up having a couple party pizzas, chilled out. It's like, it's early enough, I'm gonna head outside, go have myself a cigar and whatnot. And then just was so exhausted and so tired, I decided not to go outside even. I was like, screw it. So I just went out there, put my stuff up, headed back inside, chilled out a little bit, hung around the house. We played more pinball, watched a little more TV, and then headed to bed. And for whatever damn reason, my mind would not shut off. I don't know what was up with it. Brain wouldn't shut off at all. It just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. And I was exhausted. I could barely keep my eyes open. By the time I'd close my eyes, try to go to sleep, my brain would just start like spinning around in my head, and I couldn't get any thought of sleep in there. So I was up until, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the damn morning, where the hell it was. Not fun. So, but that was my day. Oh, I burnt the boxes, not last night. So I still have these big ass giant chunks of logs and stuff in there that I burn, that might burn 3 or 4 or 5 nights. As I burn them back through, they'll eventually put itself out. We have a little rain or whatever. But woke up in the morning, had that little smoldering campfire-y smell, which was amazing. It was so great seeing that, waking up in the house open. So I have this nice, beautiful, like woody smoke smell in the house, which I love. Absolutely amazing. So I had that. Went out, had a couple boxes that I'd missed, and a couple pieces of wood I was wanting to burn off, some old pallets that I'd missed. I checked them on top of that hot ember, that big giant log, and it lit back up. I had a little bit of fire today. Well, the puppy's out there. One, he's mad at me for getting rid of all these boxes. He likes to tear the boxes up. And two, he's over there sniffing around that fire pit. And those bricks are still a little warm. Not hot like from a massive fire, but still warm from that. And they're sniffing. I said, be careful. And he didn't listen. The guy knows, and he jumped back and he looked at it and he barked at it like he was mad at it for scaring him. So had a good little laugh with that. So we kind of chuckled about that for a while. He played around a little bit. Dog's inside in and out. I did get a phone call from an old buddy of mine I met in high school, and then kind of knew him off and on throughout my life from there on out. Knew him when I had my retail shop. He was working in the same town I was, and so we got to kind of know each other. He was kind of helpful when I needed something. I was like, say, in the early days when I didn't have enough money, enough small bills or enough quarters, whatever, I could call him up, he could go get them. Or my ex-wife, now wife then, was there, and she left the lights on or something stupid in the car, needed a jump start. He'd be willing to go get the jumper and stuff, which was nice because I was, an hour away. So it's like full hour drive one way just to go jump start a car. It sucks. So luckily that was never the case. He was able to help out, but I also was there to help him loaning tools and stuff and give him a hand when he needed things and whatnot as well. So it worked out pretty good. Hadn't talked to him in a couple of years. I know I've talked to him at least once or twice. I've been out here in Florida, I'm not sure when it was, but he chatted, he called me up, we talked for like an hour and 43 minutes, talked for a long time, and it was cool because once I figured out who the hell he was, because his number wasn't my phone, but once I figured out who the hell he was, it went back like nothing happened. It wasn't this whole bullshit of, where the hell are you, and why have you called me this long, blah, 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 none of that shit. And I got a few friends in my life that are that way, that I've had that, had one of the female friends in my life that I knew growing up from like a little kid, that I would go 5-6 years without seeing her and bump into her stuff, and hell, we'd hang out, go grab a bite to eat or something, and just like nothing. Like I would have given her the keys to my house if she needed a place to stay, like, and never was anything. Then might not talk to her again for 3 months, talk to her again off and on every week for a few months, and not talk to her for 3 years. So, and that's kind of how it is with Jason. Basically, just kind of one of those things where, like I said, there was none of that weird, like, why have you called me? Why have you do? And he's not one of the guys that if I'm going back up there, unless I'm going to be in Iowa for a long time, I'm not making a point to go search him out. Like, hey man, let's go grab a beer, because I don't drink and whatever stuff. He wasn't that kind of a friend. But if I needed something, I'd be like, yeah, cool, what the hell? And he was down here in Florida on vacation or something, I'd be more than happy to take, him and whatever else, his girlfriend or whatever, the kids came down with him, take him out kayaking, hook up with another friend of mine that goes to Universal all the time, and need like tips and pointers going to Universal. I haven't been to Universal in a couple years, I don't know that much about it, but they want to go to SeaWorld. I'd happily take them to SeaWorld. I got tickets, I got my season passes still, I can show them around, kind of act as a tour guide, that kind of crap. So that right there is kind of that's the person he is. So, but we chatted, talked about a lot of weird random stuff that normally don't talk to people, but I bring that out of a lot of strangers, that even people I meet at the park we talk about shit, they look at me the other way and they're going, "The hell am I talking to you? I don't know you." It always makes me laugh. So, but yeah, we had a good time there. But other than that, overall, pretty good day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.